Welcome back. The Buffalo Prenatal and Perinatal Network is spearheading an initiative to include the fathers of Western New York. And here to tell us about it are Terry, Antoine, and Luann. Welcome, everyone. Thanks so much for coming in.
Thanks for having us.
Of course. Luann, I'll start with you. You've been on before, but for those who might have missed your previous appearances, just tell us a little bit about the Buffalo Prenatal Perinatal Center and everything that you do for the parents of our community.
Sure. So we have 3 programs. The Fatherhood is one of the programs. The other 2 programs we have are home visiting programs. We work with pregnant and parenting women in their homes, mostly on the east and west side of Buffalo, primarily with Black and Hispanic moms, because unfortunately they have the worst outcomes. So we spend anywhere from 2 to 5 years with the moms. We focus on education, parenting, prevention of child abuse and neglect. But we also have to work with them initially on social determinants of health, which can be housing, food, clothing, whether they have baby basics. And we work with about 1,000 people a year. I have about 50 staff who are from the communities they serve. And 15% of my staff are actually former program participants. So they are probably some of my strongest advocates. They've been through the program.
Well, Terry, can you tell us about the Buffalo Fatherhood Initiative and how that came about?
The Buffalo Father Initiative is a fatherhood program, as Luann said, and we provide resources, information, support the fathers in the community. We're in about our 5th, 6th year, and the thing is, Antoine Johnson was the first program manager of the Fatherhood program.
Okay.
And this is my predecessor.
Okay.
Right. But Luann is really the one who started it because she just saw a gap in our city when it comes to fatherhood support. So.
Right. Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about the different ways that you help the members in the community achieve equitable opportunities in areas like housing as well as mental health?
I think for the housing, which is a huge issue, as you know, Chelsea, in Buffalo, we have become much more involved in it because we find our clients are living in substandard housing, and you know the inventory in Buffalo is not great, but they would prefer to stay someplace they have a roof over their head. So we do a lot of advocacy for housing. We work with the city to get them to come in and do inspections on the homes and cite the landlords, which sometimes helps, sometimes doesn't. We get very involved with the clients as far as helping them fill out Belmont applications, looking for apartments, furnishing. You know, luckily we get wonderful donors who donate, like, you know, kitchen sets and bedroom sets and couches, because some of these women are starting with nothing. So we do a lot with housing.
Antoine, do you want to talk a little bit about what your background is? And I know that there's an upcoming conference for boys and men of color in Western New York, so you can tell us about that.
Yes. So my background is in health and human services. I've been in this field for about 10 years, and over the last about 7 years, I've had an opportunity and privilege of working at Buffalo Prenatal with Luann and Terry. I've since moved on, but still stay connected. And really, my passion for doing this work comes out of not having an involved father in my own life and having gone through a fatherhood program at a time when I didn't know I needed it most. And that's when I met Luann, and the rest is history. Yeah.
So let's talk about this conference. When is it happening and what can people expect?
Yeah, so for the conference this year, the focus is actually on mentorship. So fatherhood, but specifically looking at how fathers mentor their children. And so often, I think as parents, I have 2 children now, and then we get so ingrained in the parenting aspect that we don't often look at ourselves as mentors. And so during the conference, we'll be talking a little bit about that. Speakers will be talking about that. But then there are also so many boys and young people in the world, 1 out of 4 actually in the U.S., who don't have fathers in their lives. And so we'll talk about how 1 out of every 3 children don't have mentors. And so the conference will have a lot to do with equipping service providers and family members on how we can do more.
To support the community. How can people get tickets for this conference and get more involved?
So the tickets can actually be found on Buffalo Prenatal's website. So BPPN BPPN.org, and there's also a lot of things on social media and so forth.
And the conference is October 11th and 12th,
Yeah.
right, at the M Hotel.
Hotel Buff, yeah.
Well, I want to thank you, Luann, for coming in, and Antoine and Terry, because I personally have seen the great work that you guys do at BPPN and providing everything, you know, even the basic things that we take for granted when we are so blessed, like a bed, you know. So thank you for coming in, and especially for talking about another part of our community that has been missing that leadership and mentorship, the fathers. Viewers, if you would like to learn more about Buffalo Prenatal and Perinatal Network, you can visit bppn.org. And again, that's where you can get tickets to the conference happening October 11th.